live. All right, we're just waiting on Instagram. All right, it is time to get cracking. Yo, what's good, everybody? You already know what night it is. It is Wednesday night, and man, listen, we got a full plate. We got a dating app thief out here running plays on dudes. We got these S tapes in prison, jealous 304s hating on pretty girls, and women still mad about coffee dates. Man, you can't make this up. So I got Jay the Professor that's going to come in. And of course, as usual, we are going to dissect this entire situation. So say what's up, Jay the Professor. You already looking disheveled from the
just how's everybody doing? Just the preview just triggered me already, so I'm already ready to make
like,
face.
we haven't even gotten into it yet. Yeah, so we're gonna break it all down tonight. You know, of course, we're gonna talk about this Pookie with four priors that walked out with a $9,000 bond, that raped women, and then this bare minimum behavior nonsense. So people, I'm gonna tell you now, grab your drinks, grab your popcorn, drop your city in the chat. Let me know that you are here. Say hello, say hi, say anything. What's up? Let me know that you're here. Hit that like button and so forth. So first, I guess we're gonna get started with the dating heist. That's what I like to call it.
Ooh.
And just as a quick preview, this lady, we're gonna start with. Should I start with the article or the video? Let's start with the article, because the article really, I think, will make it make sense. Let's share this really quick. And all right. So we got this woman in Malibu, older Malibu man looking for a love companion, burglarized by penthouse pet Mia Ventura. So you already know. And I don't know, Jay the Professor, that might be one of your types right there.
He definitely is, but how do you get? I'm triggered by how he got fooled. Like, come on, like it's know the game, protect the bag, like shut up.
So let's talk about this, right? So LA police are on the lookout for a former penthouse pet who is accused of accosting older men on dating apps. You already know, it's probably seeking arrangements. Her target includes men who reside in Malibu. Once inside their houses, she basically burglarizes them, and she's linked to several high-end burglaries in that area. And if you've ever been to LA, you already know the Malibu. Malibu is a very high-end area with like waterfront, oceanfront properties. And the police have figured out that she's been involved in a series of residential burglaries throughout LA County, targeting older men and posing as girlfriends or companions on social medias and the application. You can see that right here on this private jet.
Yeah, you
already know what she is. Come right
on, we know the game, man.
And of course, she has several jobs listed on her online profile. She was named 21st Century Penthouse Pet. I'm like, man, Penthouse is still out there. I forgot that magazine even existed. But apparently Penthouse is still a thing. So mesmerized Mia Ventura claims her Penthouse profile that she works as a flight attendant for an international airline. Yeah. So we really don't believe that. So you know what? Let's go ahead and get into the video, because this person, I just wanted to give you guys context before we jump into it.
This is KCAL News, Los Angeles.
Once a model, now an alleged thief. This woman is accused of targeting older men and stealing from their homes. LA County Sheriff's deputies say she used dating apps to meet the men before stealing from them.
KCAL's Joy Benedict tells us the allegations don't end there.
Did you grow up in a religious family?
Super religious.
She makes her rounds on the podcast.
About a year ago, I stopped doing OnlyFans.
Has 1 million followers on social media sites and has many names. But Adva Levy, also known as Mia Ventura, is the talk of the scene for a different reason.
For the Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department to come after her isn't surprising. It just means that she couldn't stop stealing.
Michael Sartain is a podcast host and performance coach for men. He's had Levy on his show.
Mia is incredibly charismatic, and she makes it very easy for you. She makes you feel very comfortable. She's a saleswoman. She's she makes it feel normal that you give her money on a regular basis.
But the LA County District Attorney's Office and the Sheriff's Department have announced they are investigating her and looking for victims of her possible criminal behavior.
Yo, look at this. We got a Benz here. We got a Porsche here. Oh, same. It looks like the same Porsche Cayenne truck, and then we got this Benz. So she has been what I just pretty much read, and so now I guess she's on the run.
She has a victim that's possibly located on one of these social media dating apps. She builds a trust relationship with them. They let her into their home, and she ends up burglarizing their home, stealing valuables and things like that.
But those who know her say it doesn't stop there.
These men were definitely giving her money. And in addition, she was stealing from them and then stating, if you go to the cops, I will claim that you raped me.
And you've heard guys say that's what she told them.
I've heard two guys say that they've specifically been extorted by her.
In fact, she talks frequently about how men just give her money.
Hey, babe, I love you so much. You're my biggest queen. Here is a crazy amount of money for this month's allowance.
You hear her on some of these other podcasts, and she basically talks about how men give her money.
Yes.
So could it be these men are giving her money and she's not actually stealing it?
She's just a sugar baby. Let's just say she gets an allowance. In addition to that, she doesn't then get to take the Bentley home to her place, right? She doesn't then additionally get to go through the ex-wife's jewelry and then take that with her.
Sartain says on his podcast a year ago, she disappeared for 30 minutes and stole from the guests.
It was like this death by 1,000 paper cuts. But what's confusing to me, Joy, was that like she was caught. Everyone knew this girl stole everything that she came into contact with. And for her to continue to do it, like that doesn't seem like just a bad person. That seems like a mental disorder.
Levy was arrested in the spring for burglary, but no charges were filed. It's not clear if that case is related to the new one. But as investigators look for victims, Sartain hopes they find the courage to speak up before anyone else gets hurt. Joy Benedict, KCAL News.
Yo,
Wow. That was
a lot.
Dude, this was
So, your thoughts?
this was just I was getting so pissed off watching it because like women like this happens all the time in big cities, especially Miami. This happens often. When I worked security 6-8 years ago, we would see these situations happen, write instant reports. Girls would be running on camera from the hotel room, and it'd be the same girl going to the hotel, waiting for these guys who they feel might be wealthy, flirt with them at the bar, and then they'll be like, "Oh, I got the jackpot," and then bring them upstairs, and then they get robbed. Literally, to be the same ones. We called them P38s.
P38.
That was our code when I was a kid. We saw. And we knew who was a prostitute. We knew. We were taught. We were trained to learn their movements and how they move and their mannerisms. Mm-hmm. It's always the mischievous looking ones that sit at the bar by themselves, and yeah. And they pick out older guys, and they're like, he looks like he might have some money. Mm-hmm. And they'll ask them certain questions. So I'm over here. I would spy and observe her, and then we would like pick her up and throw her out the hotel.
It's interesting. I mean, how many times on this channel, since we've been doing live shows over the last, 6 months to however long, have we seen this happen?
All the time.
I mean, I think if I did a live show every day, I could pick a new story for this happening. And these are the ones that get caught. So imagine how often this happens. And, it's California, so in LA specifically. So we know she'll never do any time. She'll never go to jail
Nah,
for real.
she
She
good.
went and came right out. Probably gave him $50 in a blow pop, and was set free. At least in like Texas or Florida, you might go for a little bit. You know,
Yeah,
what I mean?
you don't get it. I mean, she's a cute girl, so it's on. Just the way the laws are, they get away with it.
Yeah, I mean, so all I'm saying is especially if you are, stop leading with your money.
Wallet, yeah. That's the problem with a lot of dudes, especially older dudes that aren't really hip to the modern game or game period. You shouldn't be leading with your wallet, period.
And the sad part is I think they know, but it's just a matter of they're like, well, I can get what I want if I pay for what I want because I'm a power guy. That's what I'm used to.
Well, they got to be smart with it. If you know the situation, you got to go into it being, of course, the awareness is there, but you got the execution ain't savvy.
Right. So it's like, I just don't understand why men keep ignoring these red flags.
It's like, especially with those dudes, you live long enough to know the red flags. I mean, even at my most weakest, I was going to say the S word, when I was not as aware at my peak, I wouldn't have fell for that. So,
yeah. And so it's just one of those things. It's a couple questions. So those of you who are watching live, let me know in the chat. Do you think that these dating apps should be held accountable? Like it's probably, like I said, Seeking Arrangements and Hinge and Sugar Baby. Should these dating apps be held accountable for this? Let me know down in the chat. And also, like, what do you think that, these women should be actually held accountable, or the men, because they're so stupid, it should just be a loss? Let me know down in the chat for those of you that are watching live and who are watching this on replay. I'm really curious to know you guys' opinions.
Yeah. It's unfortunate, man. It's unfortunate that these dudes continuously. This is happening right now as we speak. This happens every day.
Was it 7 o'clock? Yeah, it's about that time.
Mm-hmm. Especially if you're one of those high-end dudes, real wealthy, probably at one of the top hotels on Collins Avenue, and what they do is they hang out in bars. They're sitting there, they're observing, they're looking at you, they're calling you handsome, and you've probably never been called handsome before or ever. What I mean? They do it in a very subtle way. So I used to sit there and observe and be like, I'll say, hey, I'll call them out and be like, oh my gosh, they'll bring their bags and run, because they knew what I was there. They kind of knew the game. They knew, like, okay, he knows.
That is crazy work, bro. That is like straight crazy work.
If you work security or any type of protection services on South Beach, they teach you how to pick out what they call P38s.
Interesting.
Well, I was fooled one time. I've got a story for that later in the lab.
All right, bet.
Yeah.
All right, so shifting gears just a little bit. One of your favorite topics, Pookies. We're gonna talk about this guy. He was actually, let me find my notes here. This guy was actually sent to prison. He has 4 priors, and then he was literally given a get out of free jail card with a $9,000 bail, which, as you know, is basically $900.
Literally.
And so let's check this article out, because it's almost like, it's like, that this stuff exists, but it's almost unbelievable.
Mm-hmm. What up, Shantae?
Shantae is in the building. Glad to see you joining us. All right. We got this big stupid ad at the top, but
so annoying. I'm looking at it now.
Yeah, sorry guys. I'm trying to get rid of it, but I can't. It won't let me resize it. Anyway, attempted murder suspect with 4 prior cases walked free on $9.5K bond after brutal attack. So let's take a look at your boy. Let's see if they have any volume. Yeah, it's on me. Hold on.
Yeah, there you go.
A man with a violent criminal history finally back in custody in Florida. Police arresting him back in July for attempted murder, rape, and strangulation. It took authorities 2 months to catch him, only to be let out on bond. Dean Marie McNichol is live in Miami with more. Good morning.
Good morning, Dana. That's right. A Florida man released back into the community on no bond after a judge herself called his past violent. Take a look at this video. It was taken during his bond hearing last week.
Sir, I want you to listen up.
Yes, ma'am.
You got an atrocious record.
Right.
These charges are violent in nature. If I get any inkling that you have violated the conditions of pretrial release, you will be arrested on a no bond warrant. You'll be put right back in jail and you will not get out. Do you understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
After being on the run for more than 2 months, police finally arrested 23-year-old Jacoby Tillman for attacking a woman on an Orlando walking trail. Court.
I hate these commercials. Sorry, guys. I didn't know that this had another ad, but and it won't let me skip. But I think we get the gist of it. My thing is, like, why are you still?
Documents say Tillman grabbed her from behind, choked her until she lost consciousness, and left her partially undressed. After only 48 hours in police custody, Judge Elaine Barber let Tillman out on a $9,500 bond, even though state prosecutors pushed for pretrial detention. Now, digging deeper into
Look at
his
this.
long
Bro, come on. She was being too nice.
past,
She needs to go to jail,
It
in my
was-
opinion.
revealed
Yeah, I don't know why Fox News is cutting up. This website is not playing this well. But as you see all this stuff, and this dude, he got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 felonies in 4 years.
She probably wanted some of him. She probably wanted some of him. Probably.
Yeah, this woman right here.
Yeah. She
I know
wanted
that she got a side. Yeah, you already know what it is. You
Mhm.
already
we know who she. We know what type of woman she is.
what kind of woman is she? Tell the audience what type of woman is she?
A delusional liberal.
You sit there and you let somebody walk the streets with, because you know this is the type.
Yup. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh,
So
yeah.
I believe he probably was in that chamber clapping, or
Yeah.
you know, like I said, because there's no way robbery, you beat somebody up, you held somebody hostage, you beat somebody up, you basically you break in somewhere with a pistol, you try to kill somebody, then you R-word somebody, you try to choke somebody out, and then you hit somebody over the head and you walk in the streets. Man, come on, bro. Like, really? This is what we doing?
He doing things. Yeah, because she probably ain't, what she got at home ain't helping. So we know he
keeping.
I mean, it's unbelievable, and like I'm over it. You know what I mean? It's like these people doing this type of nonsense for nothing, and then you get people that basically, try to live on the right side of the law, make one mistake, and they throw the book at them, and this dude's out just chilling.
Mm-hmm. This is why I don't watch the news, because if I was what I used to be, where I used to watch the news and stuff, man, I'd be the way I am today. I'd be triggered every time I watch it. The amount of dust on the news,
dude. I don't watch the news. I watch is for this channel and for
that's
the
it.
audience.
That's it.
I'm very surprised. Not only give
I just cannot deal with with this craziness. It's like news is like it's really should be labeled bad news, in my opinion.
Right. Same. This is horrible.
Absolutely horrible.
He's just a horrible dude. And I don't have no sympathy for people like that at all.
None. I mean, look at this rap sheet. I mean, it's unbelievable. Unbelievable. But if you think that was unbelievable, let's check out this story here next. This next story is these employees actually decided to make an S-tape inside of the juvie hall. And this goes to show you the promotion of Pookies in our society.
The bottom 10 are the champions of society.
Inside the state of Washington's largest lockup for youth offenders. Chris Ingalls with our Seattle sister station has obtained sex tapes from inside the facility's walls, proof of security officers having sex with inmates while leaving their posts empty and unsecured. A warning, this story contains graphic content.
A young couple in a private...
Well, I mean, look where he's at. So I guess this is all, you know.
I didn't say that. I just wanted to pause the video for context. I didn't say anything. I said,
what do we listen, don't judge kind of thing? Watch, don't judge.
I didn't say. I just wanted to pause this for context. Okay, let's now look at that hand.
Locked room, recording an intimate moment. In this day and age, it may not be that uncommon.
I've never been in love like this.
And they got the music playing. They got the slow jams rocking. Hopefully, I don't get demonetized for this. But
what's extraordinary about this tape? Where it's happening and who these people are. They're
wait. So let's
break this down.
He's an inmate, correct?
Yeah, he's in juvie.
Well,
so let's continue before we break this down.
Yeah.
Locked away in a linen closet at Washington's maximum security juvenile detention center. The Green Hill School in Chehalis houses males up to the age of 25 convicted of violent crimes. Houses males up to the age of 25 convicted of violent crimes.
Can't make this stuff up, man.
You can't make it up.
I literally feel like
I have nothing. I just wanted to for context before I go in. I just want to give everybody context with what I might get ready to say in a few minutes.
22-year-old Robert Thompson is an inmate. 22-year-old Robert.
This be their profile picture right here. This is the profile picture.
You have to do that. Nose be hard.
If your profile picture looks like this on any app, please take it down.
Hey, got a bunch of pictures of.
If you winning,
Thompson is an inmate. Emily.
This is the prize you winning with that photo, just for context. But okay, let's keep going.
Baker is the Green Hill security officer on duty for the night shift. Equally jolting as a sex tape behind bars is the incredible lack of security that allowed it to happen. Records obtained by King 5 show at 4:55 in the morning, during strict lockdown hours, another security officer unlocked Thompson's cell under the pretense that Baker needed the inmate to tidy up the linen closet.
It hurts to be looked at as a killer and a person without sorrow.
As King 5 reported in 2022, Thompson is serving 40 years for the murders of Puyallup.
Look at this dude. Come on, man. Come on.
Shopkeeper Soonja Nam and Thompson's accomplice, who he feared would turn him into police. Despite that violent history, records show Thompson spent 18 minutes locked away in the linen closet, alone with Baker, before this happened. A knock at the door that's followed a minute later by a phone call.
Everybody in there is going to talk. No matter how much you think people keep secrets, they don't.
That's true. I didn't think about that.
In all honesty, it makes me feel very uncomfortable.
I'm sorry. I wasn't trying to do that.
It's unclear who the man is that's scolding Baker on the phone, but he may be the same employee who unlocked Thompson's cell door. The secret rendezvous seems like something that would be nearly impossible to pull off in a high-security facility with cameras everywhere. But we've learned it's happened more than once.
Oh my God.
This is another sex tape. That's security officer Michelle Goodman last year, 3 months before Baker's tape. She's having sex with a 23-year-old inmate, unidentified in court records.
You already know what this move is. Let's watch that again.
She's having sex with a 23-year-old inmate, unidentified.
You already know what's about to happen.
Oh yeah, it's
in court records in the employee locker room at Green Hill. Goodman was fired last year for inappropriate non-sexual contact with inmates. The sex tape later came to light in a civil suit filed by the 23-year-old inmate.
Thank you, everyone. And then he sues her.
What's wrong? What?
He got domed out in juvie, and then when he get out, he sues her. You cannot make this stuff up. He ain't never got to work.
These dudes, man. Let me. Should I make?
Hold on. We got a little bit more. Hold on, just a little bit more. We ain't done. This is the last segment, though.
Be seated.
Last month, Goodman faced a charge of custodial sexual misconduct.
Or misconduct, excuse me, in the first degree.
I'm guilty.
And admitted to the sex tape crime. Baker also pleaded guilty to her crimes and was sentenced earlier this month to 7 years in prison.
Parties agreed to recommend to the court that I impose 84 months, followed by the 36 months of community custody.
In addition to their sex crimes, both women admitted to smuggling contraband into Green Hill, like cell phones and marijuana. According to the Lewis County deputy prosecutor who charged the women, it's a complete breakdown in security.
It tells me that there's something wrong with the environment. It shouldn't be happening. This is during lockdown hours. And it tells me that there's more going on that we haven't been able to find out about everything that's going on in Green Hill.
The emphasis at juvenile facilities is rehabilitation. Taxpayers fund job training and education and programs that should provide rigorous therapy in hopes that young people come out better than they went in. State records show the cost of housing an inmate at Green Hill is $625 per day. That's 3.5 times more than it takes to house adults at Walla Walla, also maximum security.
To think that we can.
All right, enough of that. Okay, now you can unleash.
Dude, one thing I'm gonna say, man, that bottom 10% of dudes, they are champions. I don't care what anybody says. Oh, I'm not that type of. Nope. That bottom 10% always wins. Even more than the 1% of men. Literally.
Yeah, because the thing about it is the lowest tier, the bottom 10% of men, the women that they deal with have pure desire. I mean, you saw the tapes. These goofies at work were willing to make videos, sneak in contraband, risk going to jail and their money for dudes that have absolutely nothing to give to them.
But this is my thing, man. Like, you put your money, your job on the line.
Your freedom, damn the job.
Your freedom, right? Your freedom for some
Pookie,
young Pookie.
Teen.
At least go on the block if you want that. But I guess it's exciting.
It's convenient because
it is.
And what do we talk about with a lot of these older women and younger men? It's that control.
Yeah.
Right.
Forgot about that part. Yeah.
You got the mommy in. You got that's that control. She's like, well, I am the CEO here, so it's on my terms.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So there's a whole lot of different dynamics here.
One of
power.
They both probably got dudes at home that are wholesome.
Oh yeah, there are some other, just guys that probably go to work, maybe a mechanic or a blue collar guy, hardworking dude that is trying to, do things right, and because they got somebody.
Yep, but what they do is not enough for them. So
no, it's never enough because if you are not at that bottom, if you're not at the bottom barrel tier of men or the top 1%, used to be, you could be a top 10% man, but that's not enough anymore. You got to be a 1% or the bottom barrel, and the bottom barrel is obviously winning more. I mean, your prizes are crappy. It's kind of like the prizes in a fortune cookie. But you winning something. It's a fortune cookie prize.
They winning.
It ain't a jackpot, but they winning something. Everybody else out here just playing the game just to lose.
Yeah, it's these Pookie dudes, man. They are they are champions of society from all races.
I mean, it's unbelievable, man. It's
women love Pookies, man. They love, like, that's what drives them crazy.
And you know,
Pookies.
we love to put this on you know, black women. Nah,
It's all of them. It's all of them. All of them.
Bad
All of them.
boys. They love the bad boys.
Because if you ever watch those old Western movies or one of those old movies from back in the day, it's always the bad boys that
The villain. Yeah, they ain't even got to be that old. Shoot,
it's cartoons.
Yeah, I mean the villain always get the hot babe.
Yeah, even I'm not sure if you watch Dragon Ball Z. Vegeta. You watch Dragon Ball Z, right? Oh, okay. Well, there's an anime where the villain, you know what I mean? The villain. I mean, every TV show, the villain wins. In real life, women love the villain.
Mm-hmm.
All of them.
I mean, if you go old school, even old school cartoons like Popeye.
Yeah, bro.
Bluto always got the girl.
Come
and then
on.
had some spinach to beat him up, but she always went back to Bluto.
Hey, you dude, it's just that's what drives them. The bad boys, the bad boy flavor is what gets them.
Yep, because if you are a nice guy, you are
you're done.
Invisible. You're invisible. You're invisible.
Nah, you're not. You number one, you won't be respected. You're invisible.
Yep. So that brings us to our next section. I'm glad you said that because you know men aren't the only ones being hated on and having all this other stuff. There's women out here that hate on other women for no reasons. And of course, I'm not the expert on this. However, you know, it's a thing that's visible to the public. And, you know, fortunately, our friends at TikTok give us enough information for us to have a conversation about it. Let me pull her up real quick.
What up, bigot?
So this particular post comes from a lady named
I love her,
Rika the Black Barbie.
Yeah, I like her. Ooh,
I've never seen her before, but you know, I'm sure you have.
Yeah. I think you sent me a video of hers before, and I was like, "Whoa!"
Yeah, it's like I listen to what they say. I don't really be paying no attention, so you know, I try to stay out of it. But this really caught my eye. Let's hear what she got to say.
Ugly girls and hoes created the feminism movement. I'm not gonna lie. So realistically, if you think about it, every time you are out and you see a pretty girl and she has an ugly friend with her, what does that ugly friend do? She instantly jumps into lesbian defense mode because she is an ugly Betty. The bitch is jealous. So when you try to talk to the cute girl, the ugly friend usually is like, leave her alone. She hates men. It's like, nah, bitch, you hate men. Back the fuck up. You know what I mean? And she will keep going. And you've seen videos where the cute friend will even tell the ugly friend, like, no, it's cool. And she still will be like, absolutely the fuck not, because she's not getting that same attention. So in the ugly girl's mind, men are evil, men are aggressive, men are everything bad because she can't fucking get the one she wants. You know what I mean? And so she deflects that onto her cute friend. And so then you also have another subcategory. So you have ugly girls, you have hoes. Hoes build a reputation for themselves. They're sleeping around, they're collecting babies, they're collecting bodies. The bitches just don't stop. And so after they're done living their whole life, now they're coming and looking for a man to save them, and no man is willing to save them. So again, they create the same agenda. Men are evil, men are monsters, men are selfish. No, you bitches are just two unlikable categories, and you bitches are going to attract what you put out, which is bullshit 24/7. So with that being that, it just grew so big with them just constantly projecting that message over and over and over, because hoes can be pretty. So you have girls that are pretty, but they're hoes. And so you see them being pretty and hating men, and then another girl jumps on because she's pretty and she hates men. You see an ugly girl, she's ugly and she hates men, then another ugly girl jumps on and she's ugly and she hates men, and it just keeps fucking going. And it doesn't fucking make sense, because at the end of the day, everybody wants to compete with men until it's actually time to fucking come down and compete. They don't want to pay their own fucking bills. They don't want to change those fucking tires. That's the thing. Women feel like there is a competition where men don't see us as competition. They don't give a fuck. Like you can't compete with something where you don't fucking compare. Women realistically don't do shit. Like, we cook, we clean, but men can also do that. A man, if he really needed to, he could cook a fucking meal. He could clean a fucking house. A woman, no matter how, I mean, she would have to put some real logic together to fucking change a tire. Like, that's gonna take some fucking work. You know what I mean? I'm pretty sure there's women that can do it, but I for sure am not one. If you take 10 men, they can cook and clean a house. If you take 10 women to change oil or to change a fucking tire, or even to even help you out in the fucking rain, them bitches ain't prepared with an umbrella, a chair, nothing. We just be like little bobbleheads walking around. So,
especially when it comes to changing oil.
I want to ask her this: does she need a tune-up?
I bet. I bet you would ask her that. Well, you know, it's sad to say, but in with modern men, I don't think most modern men can change oil in the car.
Nah.
They can best they can do is take it to Jiffy Lube. Me, I know how to do it. I just don't do it because it's not worth the time. I would rather spend $100, $75, $100 to get that done rather than me spending 2 hours doing it. You know what I mean? But like, I don't know, for me, doing basic man stuff is normal. So I don't know. A lot of modern men can't do stuff either. They're like little princesses, bobbleheads in the rain too. So there's that. But nah, she's right though. You know, I see it all the time. You know, and this is why some people do it. Like one of my cousins, he's really good at. He will approach a table of 25 girls. He don't give a damn. You know, he doesn't care. Me, I'm not approaching no group because, like she said, it's always going to be that, you know, the least attractive one in the group is going to be the one that's putting up the most, going to do the most cock blocking.
Oh, of course. I mean, this happens often. She's not interested.
Yep. And it's so funny. Younger, when I used to go out with my boys and stuff, we would run what I call the isolation play. So we would get the guy that either had somebody or just wasn't interested in nobody in the table. Like, okay, your assignment is the ugly girl. And so you go occupy her while we actually get the prize. And that works like a charm. But you're going out there solo doloing, you're going to get cock blocked 9 out of 10 times. Yeah. So you gotta, fellas, you gotta run the isolation play. It works like a charm.
Yep.
Or the pick and roll, either one.
My dog said pick and roll.
I mean, listen, the pick and roll is like you know, you start off talking to the other girl and then you release and you switch partners and then you actually talk to the girl you want. That's the pick and roll. So there's 2 levels of it. You know, I'm a basketball fan, so what can I say?
My dog said pick and roll.
Pick and roll or pick and pop.
No, he hit it with the basketball term, pick and roll. That is so
pick and roll, pick and pop, whichever one. But they are very, very worth it. All right. So our last segment. Any last words on this before we switch gears for the last segment?
Just looking at the bottom just pisses me off. No coffee dates, and look at how she looks. But go ahead. I digress. I'm gonna get a little bold with this one.
All right. Well, actually, I pulled up a clip, but I think I want to do this one first because this was more fun. This is the one I don't get triggered, but I was almost triggered.
Oh, if you triggered, then that must.
I was almost triggered. I'm just like the nerve, the unmitigated gall.
Oh man.
But okay, here we go.
Just looking at it, just
okay. All right.
I can't hear her.
Hold on.
A man asked me for coffee today after work, and I politely told him no, and then brought myself to McAllister's, where I got this croissant, this grilled chicken sandwich, and an entire bowl of broccoli cheddar soup and a Dr. Pepper for under $25. Now, I'm not going to argue with you about how you like to date, just like I don't want you to argue with me about how I like to date. But coffee is never going to be an option for me. And just like I respect your choice to coffee, respect mine to not coffee. A man asked me for coffee today after work, and I politely
Bruh.
Let me do the angry man. Are you kidding me?
Who?
Are you effing kidding me?
Who's taking her anywhere? Where's she going? Who would be proud to bring that out?
You got to remember,
There
there
are
are about 79% of invisible men out here.
I forgot there are a majority.
79% are invisible.
Mm-hmm. So they would settle for this and wine and dine her. She's probably been wine and dine before.
Or she's watched so much social media says, I know my worth.
Mm-hmm.
And we say religiously, you don't determine your value. The market dictates your value.
Mm-hmm.
We say that religiously on the channel.
Mm-hmm. And it's proof in the pudding, though. It's with both on both sides. Proof is in the pudding. The market dictates everything. You don't dictate it. The market does. So,
but you can't tell them that.
Nope.
That's the trick.
It's just, it's funny. Now we're talking about this particular woman, delusional, but there are also men that are delusional.
Absolutely.
That don't understand the market dictates everything. You don't dictate nothing. So however you feel about yourself, cool. But what does the market dictate, or how does the market feel about you? That right there, with the type of dude she wants, would even acknowledge her. The type of dude she wants would rather Pamela before that.
Brother, what? Like, what did you say? I didn't even catch that.
Oh, my bad. I said the dude that she wants. This is a vile moment. The dude that she really wants would rather Pamela.
Oh, I was like, oh, you talking about Pamela? I'm like,
Pamela. Yeah, Pamela.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
You're gonna hit that, you're gonna hit the hub.
Yeah, all that.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Of course.
Yeah. That's not even.
Oh,
see
but
that right there?
We're not done though. Hold on. We ain't done. Let's hear what she got to say first.
Okay.
I've said this numerous of times, and it's always rang true. A lot of women today don't know how to date. And this is why they go through a revolving door of men after men after men, and then all niggas ain't shit. And I say that to say because I see the discussion around having a coffee date. And women saying, that's not for me, that's low effort, that's low this, low that, that's what you did. I don't care what y'all talking about. The lady that recently sparked that coffee date conversation, because these are discussions that's been
That's the video we just watched for context.
Had for a long time. She'd be lucky if anybody asked her for directions. She'd be lucky if anybody asked her for directions.
That's a clip. This is a clip.
Now, I'm not saying you have to, but I'm saying a lot of y'all don't know how to date. There's this romanticized idea of how much money he needs to spend, where he needs to take you, all these things to legitimize it as a date, opposed to looking at it as, okay, it's low pressure. You're safe because most of the time it's during a coffee date would be during the daytime. Low expectations. He can't expect nothing from you. You sure can't expect nothing from him. You're not committed to getting dressed and putting on your finest and doing all the things, the full theater that you would do if it's a dinner date. It's a nice icebreaker. It's simple, right? And through the coffee date, he could get to figure out if he like you. You could get to figure out if you like him, and it could go anywhere or it could go nowhere, right? Opposed to committing. How many times, ladies, the ones that are dating, how many times have you gone on a date with a man and realized quickly he's an idiot, but you already committed the outfit, you already committed the night, you already committed yourself to this date, so now you got to go through it, and now you suffering through that shit. Like, let's be real. Like, I don't get it. I remember when I worked downtown Brooklyn when I lived in New York, and if you know downtown Brooklyn, you know there's the fire chief department over there. There's City College. There's all the courts. There's a Chase head office over there. There's Con Edison. There's all types of, major companies that is there. So you could be walking to the halal spot to get a gyro or something, and you talking to a judge, or you talking to a lawyer, or you talking to a doctor, because there's a bunch of medical centers down there too. This person is in charge of the NICU or something. Like, you never know. And I've seen people on cute, coffee date, whether it's at Panera Bread or wherever, And I don't know, because I know because of the environment, she's probably making good money and he's probably making good money.
Now, keep in mind, she's married. You saw the ring.
Oh, it makes sense.
So, yeah, so she understands the game, but you can't tell these knuckleheads nothing. So, let's listen to this person. Looks like your type.
She is definitely my type.
And it's literally still people on there saying that everything that man does is the bare minimum. I have a question. I just want to know, if that is considered bare minimum, then what the hell do y'all consider a grand gesture of love? Like, what does a man have to do to prove to you that he loves you a lot? If paying the bills, giving you a credit card, letting you shop, letting you stay home, driving you around, cooking you dinner, if all of that is bare minimum, then what the hell are y'all looking for? What else can a man do to prove to you that he loves you? That's what I want to know. I need to know what these people, what these men are doing for y'all. And give me some stories, because what y'all are saying just ain't adding up. Okay, that side is done. They're gonna do the other side.
I could do that. I could finish it for you.
What's that?
I think I could finish that other side for you.
But no, I mean, she's right though. It's just like, if you're gonna start out with this, what's next?
Sorry to cut you off, but from the last woman, she made a point that I didn't even think about. It's safe. The expectations aren't heavy. Yeah, she literally broke it down so perfectly that I wouldn't even I would have thought of that over time, but the way she broke it down was just so perfect. Because with coffee dates is that it's less pressure, right? Because when you're going on the first date and you're all dressed up and everything, there's a level of pressure that on both parties have. Like, okay, is this even worth it? And then the other side is like, is he even the guy that I want? But I like the fact he's taking me out. You know what I mean? So, the first interaction, of course, you're gonna be slightly kind of, nervous a little bit. But at the end of the day, you want the least pressure as possible, and both parties feel safe.
Yeah, I totally agree. But you can't tell people nothing. You can't tell them nothing.
Watching.
Oh, it might not be as bad as you think. Give her a chance.
Okay.
I tell these men, stop arguing with these women. Any woman on social media telling you that she's not going to accept your coffee date, she always looks a certain way. She always behaves a certain way. And she always has a certain type of mindset.
Mm-hmm.
What are y'all arguing with those women for? Those women that have to cover up how they're truly feeling about themselves by being harsher on the man. I don't have to be harsh on you. I don't have to do that. I don't have to belittle your little coffee date, because I'm not coming to the date because I'm looking for you to give me something. I'm coming to the coffee date because I want to talk to you. I want to have a conversation. I want to have interaction. They might have something coffee there. They might have juice. They might have tea. They might have water. They might have options. But limited women will argue about the smallest thing.
There you go.
And once again, they always look a certain way.
Yeah.
No, I am not the softest woman ever.
Right.
But the women who are softer than me, they don't have to yell and scream. They don't have to get on social media bashing the man. They don't have to get on social media saying, well, you're below me because you can't give me coffee. Their behavior, their thought process, the way that they float, the way that they move speaks for themselves. A man is going to know he can't take you for coffee based off how you behave. If you have to say it, that says a lot about you.
Bingo. She literally made the exact point I made in my notes yesterday. And I got a lot of messages for. I was very shocked when I made a point about why do grown folks announce being single on the internet?
Yeah, I mean, that's to me insane. Like, number one, most people don't even care. Right.
That's exactly what I said. I was getting responses like, what do you mean? It was a bunch of women saying, what do you mean? And I'm over here like, what do you mean? What I mean? Like, okay, I said, okay. I gave her saying, okay, make this post and see. You think people gonna care about that? No, am I right? And they started laughing. Come on, man.
Yeah, nobody cares. That's the thing. It's like, people get on these platforms and think people care more than they actually do, especially when they're on a rant. If you're on these platforms, you need to be giving information, educating, or selling something. But just giving, like, people, you're not important enough for people to really care, in general, especially if you're not doing one of the three things that I just said. You're just not important enough. Nobody cares if you're single. It's like, okay, you're single, and so are another 10,000 women that came across my feed. And what makes you much different than any of the others?
That's the thing, man. And it was crazy how many women were replying and arguing with me. And I was kind of like, you, never mind.
All right.
It's
Oh man, last clip for the night. If you are still with me, go ahead and hit that like button, hit a comment for me. Our girl Shantae is in the building. Our boy Devontae is in the building. What's going on? Appreciate y'all for rocking with us. If you're in here, show us some love, hit that like button, say hello to the fam out here. But let's get into this last clip, because this is discussing a 50-50 relationship versus a private relationship.
Oh yeah,
relationship.
Yes, that's another one of mine. There, you hitting them gems right here.
It's like, I stand on business. My stance is my stance, regardless of how many people put social media posts out. It works for me, it ain't gonna work for everybody. But I digress. Let's see what this young lady called PYT Miracle. I like the name.
Pretty young thing, Lord.
All right.
50. Help my man pay bills. Why would I help my man pay bills when he could just go broke and pay them all himself, and I could be the princess and save all my money? That's how crazy y'all be sounding. Baby, do what works for your household. Do not let the internet trick you into thinking you're wrong for helping your man while y'all build and y'all save. The internet will have you out here single, bitter, and confused, trying to live up to rules that don't even apply to your life. If y'all are a team and y'all are working towards something bigger together, why not help each other out? What's wrong with carrying the load together? That's partnership. And truth be told, when y'all got it, it's not even a conversation, because at the end of the day, everything gonna get paid. Everything gonna be done. The house gonna be taken care of. So stop letting strangers dictate your relationship. They don't pay your bills. They don't live in your house. And they're not in your bed. If it works for y'all, that's all that matters. Help each other out. Be a team. Be considerate. When you love a person, you consider them. It's very inconsiderate to make somebody just pay everything and just be drained dry when you know you can help. Come on now.
She's absolutely right. Like for me, if I ever get to a point I'm able to provide 100%, I would love to do it. But in reality, that's not reality for most dudes, So, but then on the opposite spectrum, I was on the Hinge app, and you see a lot of women saying, I don't do no 50-50 type whatever, or like literally that's the standard, and
that's why they're on the app. First and foremost, if you even have to announce that's red flag number one.
Oh, you're not. I don't care how you look.
Because even for me, I've learned that for the most part, provider is kind of a sucker's game. It's like it's only given to somebody that's worthy of it. And honestly, most women don't have anything to give to even deserve that. There are some. I've run across a couple in my life, but there's not a lot. It's like, okay, because if you're going to be the provider, you should be able to, somebody should be able to help you elevate. That person's role is not necessarily in the workforce, but it's in the home force, I guess you could say. So it's still, a lot of these providers, like they just want to sit at home, spend his money, take trips and go to brunch, but they don't want to do things that come along with
what they want.
Yeah. So that's the whole argument with being a provider for me, because those women are not willing to, won't say most, a lot, some are not willing to put in their end of the work to kind of complement that provision. So, it's like, well, You can have 100% of your bills by yourself.
You know, it's funny. The same women that say, "Hey, I believe in partnerships," are the same ones that don't do 50-50, which is
they want half to say, half to say, but they want all the money. Like, come on.
It's just like my head hurt even thinking about that. I don't even know why I brought that up. My head.
Yeah, I mean, because most guys are not going to pay for things they can't control. Right. So if you get a housekeeping service, you're going to tell them exactly how you want it. And if you, because you're paying for it. Right. So why would you pay somebody and then have them tell you what they're going to do, or you got to run it by them in order to do it, although you're paying the full cost of the service? I mean, how much sense does that even make?
Not one bit.
But these feelings, these feelings get in the way, or what you see on the internet just throws it all off.
Yeah, it's just there's the lack of, and one thing I'll tell you, man, when I do see genuine relationships that aren't people in that top tier percent, people that are kind of in that middle tier, both earn sustainable income, but not astronomical income, that are actually cohesive with amongst each other. It's pleasing to see, but for the most part, most people, more women in particular, are single because they're looking for that 100% provider. And for them, if they can't get that, then they're going to be.
I work with women now that they have boyfriends and husbands and stuff, and they still work and they make pretty decent, and the guy does too, and it works. And it's because a lot of them are not in the internet world of, especially in our culture, unfortunately. Of course, these women are not in our culture. And so they understand, like, look, we got to do this to get ahead. So I'm not trying to do this, that, and the other. They understand the let's work together to get to a goal, not I'm going to wait for you at the finish line.
Yeah, it's like, see, my logic, and most folks who think this logic, say, for example, there's two parties that make $100,000 a year. That's a powerful couple.
That's highly unlikely too.
Very unlikely. Yeah. But if that's the case, I mean, imagine the game plan behind it. Okay, you whatever, but
I would say make it more realistic of a 70-70. Both people making 70.
Right. Okay. 70,
two people that make 100 are not going to even be compatible. Let's just be honest.
Nah.
Especially when you make more than 100,000, what you have to do and the types of people that are able to do that usually are not compatible.
Yeah. You're right. No, absolutely.
That's why I would say one person usually makes more, or they're both kind of a little bit down. That's why I said probably let's make it simpler, 50-70 each, or 60-40 or 60-50. That's more of a realistic thing, because we have this power couple fantasy, and that's just not how it works. Most people don't make the exact same income. It's very rare you find couples making the same income.
And it's funny, speaking of incomes, right? Most people in society don't make above $60,000. You know what I'm saying?
They make $45,000. That's the number. The number is 40. The average salary in the United States is about 45 to 48,000.
Right. So when I see people on the internet talking about these topics, especially amongst our culture, the only one that highly emphasizes these conversations, it's very, very annoying, because I'm like, look, the statistics say that most of y'all make $40,000 a year. So
even like, especially now with this economy, it's even less $100,000 earners. Now there's more millionaires, but there's less $100,000 earners. You have to look at it like it's not a bunch of dudes making six figures like you think it is. There are some. Yeah, there are some. And like I said, I can attest to how hard that is, and what you don't just walk out of school doing that. You know what I mean? It's like you have to have, for that type of money, especially in this economy, you have to have a rare skill. and most people don't. If you went to school for basket weaving and, you know, you lucked up on a hire.
I mean, yeah, I mean, even in my current role, you have to have a specific skill set to last, or they're gonna get rid of you. You know, it's a certain, the higher the income, from what I mean, obviously, you know, you've been around longer than I have, but just seeing the behaviors of people in different tiers, you see, okay, I see why this and that, why they act like this a certain type of way, or as far as responsibility and mindset. So
yeah, you have to be. It just comes with the job. So that's why they pay you that amount.
Yeah, I learned that even difference with my role now and the role prior, whole different dynamic. So yeah, I and then going back to your point about the 100 thing, exactly, because I'd see that work.
Yeah. So all right. Well, that's the last clip of the night. We kind of went on a tangent.
2 comments. Alpha, the first one, made it.
Oh, Alpha, the first one. What's going on? 27. Let's show this comment real quick. 27 age and older is when women want a provider man. Yeah. 18-25 when they want a hookup man. That's correct. I would really say Alpha, the first one, you are 100% correct, but I would up that to probably 30. But you're about right. I can't disagree with anything you just said. So I appreciate you rocking with us, man. Thanks for the comment.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's crazy out here, you know, out in these dating streets.
Oh man, I'm out here, you know, I'll tell you off camera what's been going on, but it's something out here.
Yeah,
something.
I'm just looking from afar. I ain't about that life.
Yeah, it's something out here, man. It's something.
Yep. So at this point, everybody wants love, but nobody wants to be nobody wants the humility or the sacrifice that comes along with it, you know. So,
the work, it's the work that no one wants to, just like weddings, right? People rather just have some days can take pictures and post on Instagram than the actual work of marriage.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, you know, I'm thankful for modern dating because it gives me something to do on the show. Because I mean, these clips from TikTok and Instagram are just unhinged. And I have a bunch more, but we'll be on this stream until midnight, which, you know,
maybe a little bit longer than that.
You know, when you make money, you got to go to bed because you got to get up and make the donuts in the morning. Yeah, so I appreciate everybody rocking with me tonight. So Delinz Reacts is out. Jay the Professor is out, and we will see you next Wednesday on our live stream. So thanks again for watching. Make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to both of our channels if you haven't already, Delinz Reacts and Jay the Professor. Thanks for rocking with us, and we will see you next Wednesday.